Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the Carbootcrafter, and welcome to my 12 days of Christmas series, which are 12 projects to do for Christmas. So today's project is this cute little gift, which, because I've added that little bit of twine, can be hung under the tree. They're inside. Let me open it up. Inside we have some beautiful handmade lip balm. That's strawberries, that is. It smells absolutely delicious. I wish you could smell it through smelly vision, but that is gorgeous and very, very simple. So simple, it's ridiculous. Very simple to make, and I'm going to show you how you can make this little gift for, oh gosh, pennies. Right, so let me put that to one side and let me bring in how I made the lip balm. So I went to Poundland and they're doing make your own fruity lip balm, which you might have missed because it's in the children's section. It's with the toys, so it's a little scientist experiment. So there's lip balms, there's perfumes, and there's, let me think, what was the other one? It was, oh yeah, fizzy bath bombs. So I picked this up because my friends' daughters have asked, because they're very young teenagers, sort of 13, 14, have asked if they can have girly things, makeup and things like this for Christmas. So that's why I was looking, and when I spotted that, I thought that's a nice little gift that I can have a go at and make up for them. So inside you get the bag, and in there you get your instructions. You get an empty tub, you get the stirrer, and then you get, oops, let me pop that over there out of the way, you get 2 tubs of it's really strong as well, 2 tubs of, yeah, it's the fragrance. So that one's cherry and that one's strawberry, and they are absolutely yummy. And then you get your lip base, your lip balm base, which is absolutely full of the lip balm. But what you do, or what I've done anyway, is I've shared it between the 2 pots to make 2 different fragrances. So I've done one in cherry and one in the strawberry. But because it's kind of like, what I did was I bought an extra set so that I could put half of the lip balm from the extra set into, split between the 2, so that there's little, about 3/4 of what's in there in the ones that I've already made up. And they're £1 each. It's pennies, isn't it? So what you do is you follow your instructions. You scoop out the lip balm into a tub or a container, or what I've done is I've shared it between the 2. So I basically I cut that in half, managed to scoop out one half, whoops, and pop it into the other tub, and then I was left with half in this tub. You then put it into some warm water. So I did it in here. You can, it tells you to put it in a cup, but I did it in the containers just because it saved waste, and it also meant that it had less washing up, if I'm truthful. So you pop that into a bowl of tap water, hot tap water. Don't do like I did first off. I boiled the kettle and poured that in and then popped that in, because what happened is the base, because it's plastic, it warped the base a little bit. No harm done, I can still use it, but it did. But what I did was, with the warped one, I then used that elsewhere. So you end up with your lip base quite liquid like that after it's been in the hot water for a while, quite liquid. You then take your fragrances, and you add as ever many drops as you want. You put the whole lot in, or you can just put a few drops in. I did quite a bit, but I've still got plenty left over, which I'm hoping, I imagine, I'm going to be able to use this when I do my soaps as well. So that saves me quite a bit of money with buying extra fragrances for my handmade soaps. So mix that in, you leave it to stand, and when it's cooled down it goes solid, and you end up with your completed lip balm, which smells lovely. So one tip, always have a towel handy, because it does feel really greasy, and you must give that a real good clean over as well, because it does feel a bit greasy. Anyway, once you've made them up, I'm then going to make the box. So let me just move a few things out of the way. So to make the box, you need, and I'm doing it in centimetres, guys, but I will give you the inches, but it just, for me, it just worked out better doing it in centimetres. So you'll need 2 pieces of card, one for the base, which is 10.5 by 10.5 centimetres, so that's that one, and or 10.5 by 10.5, or 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then for the lid, you want a piece which is 8.6 centimetres. Sorry, I hope that's not flashing. 8.6 centimetres, so just a touch over 8.5 centimetres by 8.6 centimetres, or 3 3/8 by 3 3/8 inches. Okay, so let's bring in my school board. Very simple, basic box to make. But just in case anybody's unsure, here we go. That's the inches side. I don't want the inches side, I want the centimetres side. I just find sometimes with small projects the centimetre side just gives me a little bit more accuracy. Okay, so you're going to pop that in the corner and score at 3 centimetres all the way around, like that. Another 3 and another 3. So that's the base, and then with the top, I'm using the gold on this one. This I'm scoring at 2 centimetres. So 2 centimetres, 2 centimetres, another 2, because I don't want it to go all the way down. I want some of the base to show, so I didn't go for the full 3 centimetres. Okay, that's all my scoring done. I'm going to bring in my scissors, and on both sides. Right, what I'm going to do now is, I've got a score line there. Let me show you. So I've got my score line there, which runs all the way down to there. But what I want to do is I want to get rid of that score line. So I'm going to cut just to this side of that score line. So I'm going to cut all the way down until I get to this point, which is the other score line going all the way across. So I'm going to cut to there, just up. And remember, don't go to the ends of your scissors like that, otherwise you get a tear. Okay, and then I'm going to come in just a simple little notch, not too much, and then I get a notch like that, and a small slither off that end as well, so that we have a notch both ends. I'm going to turn it and do exactly the same. So I'm cutting away that score line because I want it all to match up beautifully when I make the box up. And when I'm doing small square boxes like this, I do tend to rotate. You can go opposite if you want to, but I don't know, I just rotate with the smaller boxes just because I think it gives a bit of stability on all corners. So you end up with that shape on there. And I'm going to do exactly the same on my mirrored piece, which is the lid, taking away that whole of that score by cutting that little wedge out, rotating it and doing exactly the same. So there we go, last one. If you can hear some noises in the background, it is my husband. We are currently decorating the living room, and every DIY job has to be moaned and groaned at. So he talks to himself as he does it, reminding himself what he's doing and why he's doing it and how to do it next. So there you go. Right, so bringing in my score tool, I'm just going to score and reinforce all of those score lines. So making sure I line it up properly. Let's bring it across, bring those ones across, and reinforcing it all the way down like that. So last one on the base. So, and I'm going to get my glue. You can use double-sided tape. Actually, what I will do is put a little bit of tape on just to hold it while the glue dries. I do this sometimes just because, what am I doing? I want to put it on the inside, don't I? I normally, when I'm doing it like that, fold all the tags in like that just to remind me of which side to put the glue on, because I've done that a few times where I put the glue on and then go, put it on the wrong side. I wanted that side to show, not that side. So I'll just put a little bit of tape on just because it then holds the not tag, two different things. It just then holds the tab in place while the glue dries. I don't trust double-sided tape, although these are only for over Christmas, because they're going to be hopefully hung on the tree in the living room. They will get quite warm, so sometimes when I've done things before, I don't know about you guys, but I've done things like this, and what's happened is the tape has dried out because they're in a warm room, you know, like Christmas cards or something. The tape has dried out so much that things have fell off, and you know, okay, so I only want it to last over Christmas because it's just, let's face it, it's just a gift box. You know, I don't want it to last forever, but I also don't want the box to fall apart because the tape has dried out. So I'm just putting a bit of glue on there. I do trust glue much more when it comes to doing some projects that have got to last. So I'm going to line up that edge with that corner there and bring it across, line it up, and just make sure that the glue and the double-sided tape has contact, and that should then just hold it all together like that, going all the way around, keeping your tags on the inside because your last one can be very, very fiddly if you don't. So there we go, last one, line it up. There we are. So that, then just go down and just make sure that you've got all that glue spread out and bonded with the other side of the box. So I can then pop my lip balm in there like that. That'll fit lovely. And then exactly the same with the lid. So I'm going to fold that over, reinforce those score marks. I'm using mirror card, which can fight you a little bit sometimes, can't it? So there we go, and again like that. Right, now I didn't give you the measurements for scoring, did I, when you were if you are using inches. So let me think. Let me find it again. So if you are scoring in inches on this one, you will score at 1 2/8, and with this one you will score on the scoreboard at 6/8 of an inch. So I do apologise, I meant to do that. I'll put all the measurements below as well so that you've got them should you want to make up these boxes. Okay, again I'm going to put some double-sided tape on just to make sure that it holds while the glue dries. Mirror card can be an absolute pain, can't it, sometimes to stick, so make doubly sure. And I always find if I rub my double-sided tape with my bone folder, or even turn it over and rub it on my desk, it actually seems to come off a little bit easier. I think it's because it just gets contact with whatever you stuck it to along the full length of it. Well, that's what I think anyway, but who am I to know? Right, there we go. That's done, and then just coming back in with some more glue. And I do put the glue on all of my tags before I then start assembling. I just think it's less fiddly. And last one. Right, and then again exactly the same. We want this edge here, that edge there, to line up perfectly with that that score line there. So that's what we're aiming for, that edge and that score line to match up. So I do the first one, so we've got that done. Now I'm going to pop that back in so I've got some weight in it. What I then do is I pop it on because I want this to fit perfectly. So I'm now going to, this is where it gets a little bit fiddly, so again I'm going to line it all up and rub that together so that that double-sided tape catches. I'm going to do the same with that one, and as I do it, that one's going inside that one, so just watch that you don't lean on it before you're ready. So let me just bring that in. Don't worry if there's a little bit hanging over, we can tidy that up afterwards. And the same with this one. Line those edges up and push down. And once that's sorted, you can then take it out and reinforce those there like that. Okay. Just going to tip that out and pop that back on, just to make double sure that it fits. Oops. So something slipped. Let me just have a look. A little adjustment, hopefully that'll work. Yep, there we go. And that's on like that. Now before I move on, I'm going to cover that. So I've got a page that has got some sentiments on, and I have got my 1.5 inch punch, so I'm going to use this one. I'm just going to slide it over and punch out that circle, making sure I've got all of them words in there. There we go. So we've got sending love and hugs. So pop that over there. I'm going to put some tape on there. So this Poundland tape is really sticky. And I found that it sticks really well plastic to plastic like that. So I'll put that in. Right, I'm just going to go across the other way so I've got the top done as well. Let me cut a bit so I've got a straight edge. There we go. Across there to there. And that should come off quite easily. I say should, and then it just won't. There we go. And then that fits on top of there, like that. I did have to take the sticker off, which I thought would have been quite easy, but it wasn't. Hence why it's a little bit, there's a bit of sticky residue on there, which is fine because I'm just going to pop that on and it'll cover it all up. There we go, like that. I have on the other one put my sticker on the bottom as well, but that's now ready, and that's fine, you can go like that. But what I've done next is I've covered my box so that it looks like a little present. So I've got 2 pieces of ribbon, which are 10.5 centimetres or 4.25 inches. So I'm going to use my double-sided tape. This is a little bit more than I need because I'm going to cut it down. So, and I'm putting tape across the whole length of it because what I don't want to have to tuck it inside the box because that will then cause problems taking the lid on and off. So I'm going to cut it on the edge of the box. So using my bone folder, I'm just going to make sure the tape has full contact along the length and then see about taking it off. Oh dear. I'm nowhere near ready for Christmas yet. Been so busy. I did lose my mojo a little bit a couple of weeks ago, but I had a lovely message from Rebecca, who is Beck's Crafts, and she really cheered me up, and we're doing a swap now, 12 days of Christmas swap, which I'm really looking forward to. It's taken me a while to gather a few bits together, but I really hope that she likes what I've chosen for her. But yeah, she really helped me to sort of get my mojo back a bit. I don't know why. I think sometimes with work it gets a bit much, and then finding time to craft isn't always easy. Even though I'm working from home, which you would think it would be much easier, but sometimes going from being in the living room working to going upstairs to the craft room, just sometimes, you know. Anyway, right, that's rubbish. And then the other one. So I've been putting together a 12 days of Christmas crafty goodies or makes for Rebecca, which I'm going to have to get in the post, I think by the end of this week if I can, just so as it's with Rebecca in time for. Now, what I'm not sure about when you get the 12 days of Christmas is, because I've done one as well through Mrs. Stationery and stuff, I think it was, and I've just sent off that one to Roz over at Crafty Mama. So yes, I've just sent that off, but I'm going to have to get Rebecca's out a little bit quick because otherwise she won't have them in time to open. Now, the thing is, I'm not sure when you open them. Do you open them on the 1st to the 12th, or do you open them so that the 12th present is opened on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, in which case you would start opening them on the 12th or the 13th? So, not sure, but we'll have to see. Right, now, where did I put my crocodile? There it is. So, So to hang it on the tree, I mean, you can finish it like that if you want, it's entirely up to you, but to hang it on the tree, what I'm going to do is, using my crocodile, the smallest bit, I'm just going to cut a hole, try and get it on that corner, as close to that corner as I can. So just pop that in, and oops, let's go a little bit higher, and push down. So it's just on that edge there, that's fine, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to pop the lid back on, and this is why I didn't want to tuck the ribbon round, because it's a tight fit anyway. It's not a loose one, because I didn't want it loose. It was going to hang on the tree, you see. So I didn't want the ribbon getting in the way of putting that lid on and off. So I'm doing it as I'm talking, but not telling you what I'm doing. So I've put the lid back on. So I've then got the hole, and then I've used my pen to go through there to make that mark there, so I know where I've got to put my hole. Problem is, will I be able to do it this way? No, I can't get into it that way. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put a hole through using my dowel and try not to go into my finger. There we go. And I missed my finger completely, so that's good. So now I've got a hole inside that I can use as my guide. Did have a hole inside. Yep, there it is. So there we go. Just about see it. There. Right. And then I'm using, this is just, this is gardening jute string that I got. I picked it up because I liked the tin. That was another Poundland buy. I like the tin, and what I'm hoping to do is to put my baker's twine in there. But I quite like the jute as well, so there you go. So I've made a loop and knotted it at that end, cut off all the extra bits. So now what I've got to do is get it through that little hole, which can be a bit fiddly because this jute doesn't like to do as it's told. Let's see if we can push it through using that. There we go. That's got it. Right. So there's my strawberry lip balm, which I'm going to pop in there. I might put some tissue in just to make it look a bit prettier. So, and then I've got to now make sure I've got it the right way round, and I'm going to push it through again through that one. There we go. Come on, you know you want to. There we go. Push it through like that, and then I can pop the lid on, and that is my, oops, not quite dry yet, but that is, oh, almost forgot. I have got a tie. I did this bow off camera because it took me about 5 or 6 goes to do that one. So and it took me about the same to do this one. So where did I put the? No, they're here somewhere. I have got some. There they are. Sticky dots. So let's put some sticky dots on the back of that bow. Oops. So let's put one that side. Ooh, very stretchy sticky dots. And put one on that side. Very strange things, these sticky dots, aren't they? They ball up into strangest shapes and things. There we go. Now, because my jute is, my hanger is that end, I want it to hang down that way. So let's Oh, I put that on the wrong side. Duh. Come on, off you get. Let's put it on that side. There we go. Yep, got it. Pop that on there like that. Push those down so that them sticky dots catch. There we go. And then just trim off that ribbon like that. And there we have 2 Christmas presents to go in the Christmas tree with handmade lip balm, and all cost pennies because everything here was already in my stash. And the lip base I've made 2 from £1, and if I wanted to add the extra then £1.50. I've made 2, 150 for the 2 of them. So there you go. I hope you like that, and I hope you do pop into Poundland and have a look, see if you can find these. It's always good to look in the children's section, I find, including for some of the crafty bits. Seem to be a little bit cheaper sometimes than the adult section. Anyway, I'm going to make another 2 of those, so the girls have got 2 each, and yeah, fabulous. Okay, well, if you enjoyed my tutorial, if you like my channel, I'd love it if you could give me a thumbs up, comment, and I would be really pleased if you would get me off that 50 something mark, which I've been going up and down for months now. I've been all the way up to 54, then all the way back to 358, and I'm slowly rising, but I'm up and down, and it's just getting a little bit frustrating, hovering around there, going up and down. So if you enjoyed it, please do subscribe and get me out of the 50s. All right, speak to you soon. Bye for now.